Hello people, I felt the need to put up a new video. Not quite 100% pickups this time, and it should be a little bit shorter as well, but I've got one or two things to talk about, two things to show you. First off, this is probably the main reason for this video, is that it's what I like to term a corner tour or a shelf tour. Since I've been making videos on YouTube, I've often had people say, could we have a room tour? I think most people who make videos like this do. They'll get people asking them, can you have a room tour? And I've never been able to do that because I don't really have one. I've got a pile of stuff on the floor, but it doesn't really have a place for it to go, and this is the first time I've really had a place for some of my stuff. And obviously this isn't all of it, but these are a selection of different things. Like I've got my GameCube collection there, that's it. I did count it, it's about 27 games I think. Below it, that's my whole Wii collection, and below that on the bottom shelf, that's my whole 360 collection. I don't know if I can get around to show you it. No, I need to move my viewfinder. There you go, it's better. So that's my whole 360 collection. So some of them are hidden around the corner, as you can see. They are pretty much sheltered from the sun, but I will need to keep the curtains closed quite often. But yeah, my 360 collection, Wii collection, and my GameCube collection. There's not a lot of it, as you can see. Some DVDs up there, my art books. It's my pretentious shelf, my pretentious art books. There's a poetry book there, that black book there, that's not mine. I didn't put that there. It's the one bit of space I've allowed for other people. No, these are because I did a, you know, these are my art books. Those two big ones in the end, and that one there, minimal. I used to write my dissertation about minimalism. I was going to put my dissertation up there because I've got a copy of it, but it's too embarrassing. I've tried reading it back a while back, and it's so boring. And I don't really understand it anymore. They've got some nice art books. That book there, photo icons. I could get that out, but then the video would be taken down because the cover's a bit too rude. But yeah, and my nice my DVDs. I just want to show you that this is because most of these have been sitting in my room, and my room gets a lot of sun, and I've been complaining about the sun bleaching. And see those artificial eye DVDs here. Some of them are slightly different colour. Like these ones on this end are a blue, and the ones on the other end are sort of turquoise. The turquoise one is the original colour, and that blue there is sun bleaching. So it's a little bit frustrating, but it's not so bad. And there are others, but there's one there. There's another one there. The lighter one is sun bleached, so hopefully they should get less sun here. But I like having them like that. I don't like piling them up because I like to be able to have them closer, sort of easy accessible. That's what I meant to say. Easy accessible. If you have to take something out from under something, it's a bit sort of cumbersome. If you know what I mean. I don't like piles. I don't know everybody does like piles. Depends what sort of piles you're talking about. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. It's moving into the realms of ridiculousness. There's the picture again. And that's it. Hopefully, that was my printer. Hopefully there'll be a telly there eventually one day. And this is going to charity. It's going to the British Heart Foundation. And that's another bit of work. That was mine. I was going to put that on the wall, but maybe not. That was my yeah. That was my contribution to my degree show catalogue. So everybody who bought a catalogue for my degree show that was my contribution to it. It's a swear word. That was my angry phase. Anyway, that's enough of that. Already at 5 minutes. This was going to be a short video, but maybe not. Put you back into your slot. Say when, as per usual. Oh, I missed. Come on, you. There you go, got you. Pop. Where's that? Ah, excuse me. A bit sweaty, bloody hot today. Yeah, what have I got to talk about? What have I got to talk about? Let's move some of these wires for starters. Too many wires. Yeah. This stuff, this is brilliant. This isn't a glass of piss. It's apple squash. It's lovely, beautiful stuff. Yeah, one or two things to tell you about. Let me find my page. You've seen my game shelf stroke corner tour. This is the closest I'll ever come to having a proper games room, and I feel a bit guilty for sort of co-opting so much of it as I have, but you know, it's a communal room essentially. I'm not the only person who lives in this house. I have housemates, and they have full use of this room, unless you know I'm making videos, of course. Hopefully I'm slightly further away from the window. So in my last video, the sound was weird because I was sitting a bit too close to the window. I was sitting a bit close to the window, and you could hear it was my voice was bouncing back off the glass. So it's a bit strange. Hopefully that's all right. That's done. I had my rats. This is a brilliant story. I wanted to get my cat in to take the piss out of him, but he's not around. I'd been out for a run. I was knackered, and I just went into my kitchen. And I got myself a packet of a post-run packet of McCoys. As it's a bit of my routine. And I saw the back door was open because it was a hot day, and I saw one of my cats sitting on the table, and she's looking a bit cocky, a bit like pleased with herself. That's fine. You know, she's not supposed to sit on the table, but she was. And I went and got my packet of McCoys, and just as I was on the way out, I just happened to look down, and there was this tiny little rat just sort of sitting there like this. Oh, bloody hell. So I had to close the door behind me so it didn't get into the house. Got a bucket and a dustpan, because I'm not touching them. I did explain last time, I don't touch them. I don't mind picking them up, but I just don't want rat contact, so to speak. Direct rat contact. I don't mind 1 degree of separation, like gloves or something. But I came back in and the rat was still there, but it hadn't moved. So I tried to scoop it up, and it started moving, and it was a feisty little bastard because it bit hold of the end of the dustpan, and it was hung off the end like this. And I eventually got it into the bucket, but I dropped the bucket, and the rat jumped out and went under the bloody fridge. And at that point, my cat had caught it, buggered off. I was like, oh, bloody hell. So I had to pull the fridge out, and it was right up inside. It had climbed up inside, and it was just so frustrating. I was there for about 2 hours. All I wanted to do is eat my packet of McCoys, but this rat had climbed up inside it because I've been fishing around underneath trying to get it to come out. So I wasn't going to kill it. I was just going to release it into the wild. You know, I'm a bit of a bottler. I mean, obviously the vermin, you probably shouldn't. You know, you should take every opportunity to dispose of them. But I did release it into the wild. But eventually, my other cat turned up. The boy, older. He's a bit of a rates himself as a bit of a Jack the Lad because he likes throwing his weight around. And he came in and he sniffed something, he'd smell it straight off. And I thought, right, he can help me catch this rat. And his interest was waning, it was sort of going backwards and forwards. And eventually I fished around underneath I had this meter stick. And the rat started making loads and din, like really loud, and it sort of piqued his interest. So at that point we were tag teaming this mouse to try and, rat, not a mouse, this rat to try and get it out from under the fridge. And eventually he went around one side and he saw it, he could see it. That's pretty much what he needs to be able to see it rather than hear it. And it was smelling, it stank, it was disgusting. And it was little rat shit all over the place, it was horrible. And then he saw it and he fished his paw out. He fished his paw out and sort of like to try and grab it, and it ran out from under the fridge. After about 2 hours of me sitting there just trying to sort of put my hand in, and eventually I got a bucket, and it was sort of running up and down, and it was trying to find a way out. It was trying to sort of climb up the walls and stuff. It was bizarre. And then my cat was like going right, and things we got this table and it's really difficult to get to, and it was sort of be under the table, and it was like really difficult. So I was having to sort of corral it with this meter stick to stop it running away. And my cat was getting on the act as well, but then it was making so much din that it scared him. He shat his pants. You know, some people are scared of spiders. That's what it was like. It was running along the corner of the room, and he was sort of standing there. It ran right past him, and he jumped out of the way like someone would jump out of the way of a spider. And he was like it was pathetic. It was really embarrassing. Like I said, I was hoping he'd be around, but he's not. But then it sat in the corner. It sat in the corner, and it sat back on its hind legs. This is the God's honest truth. Sat back on its hind legs, looked at him and went wee. He went, oh shit, and shat his pants. And I'll pay the rat dues. It was, I've got respect for that rat. It put up a good, it was a feisty little bastard. But eventually, I was able to get into the bucket, and I just took it out in the garden and released it. But oh, that was just like, don't know. It was funny. I wish I'd had my video camera just to see you could see my cat's reaction to this tiny little baby rat making a lot, albeit a lot of noise. There's a lot of din comes out of a tiny little baby rat. But yeah, so I don't know what happened to it. I'll release it into the wild. Took it as far away from my house as I could. Probably lasted all of 2 minutes. Anyway, I was going to talk about the Paralympics because it's just brilliant. It's such a brilliant, worthy thing, isn't it? But I've already spoken a bit too much. But all I'll just say, if you haven't been watching it, then go and watch it. It's excellent. Didn't have the opportunity to get tickets this time, but anyway, I've been watching it, and it's just, after a while, you forget you're watching people with disabilities. It's just really, really good sport, as exciting as any sport can be. But anyway, I was going to talk about a story where I was in a charity shop and I tipped a rack load of CDs on the floor. But once, I'll just leave it like that. Put it this way, it's embarrassing. So straight on to the pickups, because that's what I've got. I've got some pickups after the rat story, because there's another quite long story to come on. But the first pickup is pretty essential. I'll show this to you because I've been meaning to show it for my last 2 pickups. I've had this for a while. It's just I've got this pile of games sitting on my kitchen table that I've been meaning to clean, and I've not got around to it. They must have been there for like a month or so. And a whole load of empty cases just to clean. And this has been with them. And it was an eBay purchase because it was slightly dirty. It was an eBay purchase, but and I kept forgetting because it wasn't sort of in my pile. But now I've remembered. Still not cleaned it, but I've remembered that I needed to show it to you. It's an eBay purchase, and it's Guardians Crusade. It's probably the last traditional Japanese RPG that I really wanted to get, because there are others sort of along the same lines, that sort of theme. But this is proper turn-based. I think it is actually. Maybe not, but anyway, it's sort of turn-based combat. But yeah, this was £6 something, and £2 postage, and the seller was really good. The seller was really good until I got it, and they realised they'd not declared an EB on the disc and the manual. Not declared it, but I was pretty pleased before that, and I was still riding this sort of this wave of, you know, being quite chuffed that the seller was a good seller, and so I just left them some good feedback without even really asking, because I think I got a bargain anyway, without really asking for any sort of discount, because of the lack of them divulging about the pen marks. But excuse me. Last week I went out on a little tour. I went for a trip to Streatham, partly on Chris Marder Games' recommendation for their retro game base. It's a new retro shop. Really good, actually. I didn't buy anything. Their prices are pretty competitive. I was going to trade some stuff in, but I didn't in the end. But I just left it. But I'm intending to go back one day, maybe trade in some stuff that, you know, that should get me a decent amount of trading, and, you know, get something good out of it. I had Viewpoint, the shooter, on the PS1, but it was 20 something quid, which is heavy, which is pretty heavy actually, and that wouldn't sell on eBay. But I think if I traded in something with a good trading value that I don't pay too much for, it'd be worth it. But yeah, I went primarily because the CEX in Streatham had a game that I wanted. No, actually, had a game I've already got, but it didn't have a manual, and I went all the way there just on the off chance that the copy they did have had a manual, and it did, and I got really lucky. And it was a Stella Deus. This is one of the few games I've got that didn't have a manual, but it has now. So, yeah, there you go. So this is actually my old copy, and then the manual's from the one that I bought, because the other copy, the second copy, wasn't quite in as good condition as this. I was just missing the manual. So I took the manual out and stashed it away, and then took the game that I just bought to CEX in Stratford and traded it straight in, because they had another game. So this was 12 quid. But I had credit. I got this on credit. Yeah, covered it all in credit actually, because I traded in a few games, but I had about £12 credit, and that's exactly what it was. But so I took the second copy of Stella Deus, minus the manual this time, on the same day to Stratford. You know, sort of like the Olympic Park, Stratford, same place. It's really packed, surprisingly, because they had a copy of this. Dot Hack Quarantines, Dot Hack 4, 22 quid. The Stella Deus got me 8 quid. Stella Deus minus the manual got me 8 quid. So this essentially cost me 14 quid. But yeah, it's all there because of this price. The price has come down. This was about 28-30 quid a few months ago. It's come right down to 22. Having said that, I checked it off my list when I got it, and on my list I got it down as 12 quid. So obviously at one point this was 12 quid, went right up to 28-30, and right back down again, which is, you know, just the way it goes, isn't it? Their prices seem to be going up quite a bit. Certain games go up quite drastically. It's almost as if they sort of rethink their pricing for certain games. But it's not bad nick actually. But I queued up for ages. It was packed. It was really packed in there. Queued up for ages, and it's got 2 discs, because a lot of the ones on eBay don't come with a disc. One of them's an anime disc, and it was the guy behind the counter served me. He was good actually. He showed me the discs to see if I wanted them cleaned, and the game disc was fine, but the DVD was a bit dodgy. It's got quite a big scratch on it. I said, and he said, do you think that needs cleaning? Oh, yeah, it probably does actually, mate. I was like, well, I'll go and clean it. It'll take 10 minutes, he said. So I just sort of waited around. And the woman behind me in the queue was like this really gobby, sort of demanding woman. She had a big pile of DVDs, and I could see she was stressing them out. And he ended up forgetting about me, and I stood there for like ages, like 20 minutes, half an hour. Or that's probably a slight exaggeration. Go away! I'll be back in an instant. I'm back. During the day, it's always people selling something, isn't it? But yeah, so the guy forgot about me, and eventually I asked someone else, and I said, "Excuse me, the game I've just bought is being put through the cleaner," and the guy took it off the machine. He went, "Oh, this one, yeah," and then I looked at it and it hadn't been cleaned. It's only the DVD, but you know, I'm not too bothered anyway. It's a bit annoying. But on the way back, I did a little detour and went through some places that has charity shops. Didn't see anything, and went to this one charity shop that's got the weirdest opening times. It's really bizarre opening times. Yeah, and it's just like they never open when they say they're going to, and then they open when they don't. And then they don't open some days, and they do open others, and it's just it's almost like luck if you catch them open. But I went past and they were closed, but I did look inside, and I saw something on the shelf in full view. I was thinking, wow, great. I'm gonna have to sort of hope I can catch this shop open. So I looked at their opening times, and it's bizarrely, this was last Saturday actually, bizarrely said they'd be open the next day. Don't know, early-ish. It was a bit strange. So I thought, right, I'm gonna. It's about half an hour walk from my house. So I thought, sorry, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna make sure, because it was worth it, the games. And so I came out early, went down there. And it was bloody closed, even though it said it was going to be open. It was bloody closed, so I just I could still see the games were still there. It's really frustrating. So I went away, did something, and then later that afternoon I came back just on the off chance, hoping they were open. And they were open, and the games were there. And I grabbed them, brilliant, and I took them to the counter. I did check inside. I took them to the counter, and I had a £10 note, and the games were £2 each. And the guy asked me, "Sorry, you got any change?" And I went, "No, sorry, I haven't got any change." And I said, "I don't mind getting change." So I went to get some chewing gum, so I could give him the exact change. And I came back, and there was a woman. I think she was a woman who didn't really understand English, and the people behind her were trying to explain to her that the dish she wanted was part of a set, and she didn't want to pay 23 quid for it. And that I was standing there for about 10 minutes while they were dealing with that, and it made it even more sort of like tense and frustrating. But eventually, she got what she wanted. Anyway, ignore that. Eventually, she left, and I was able to pay for the games. And one of them, the first one, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and another copy. But obviously, it's not a game you're going to leave on the shelves, is it? And it's all complete and not bad nick actually. So that's £2. And the other one was Animal Crossing. In a charity shop, Animal Crossing in a charity shop. I had checked inside, I looked inside, because obviously Animal Crossing is supposed to come with a memory card, isn't it? Checked inside, didn't have a memory card, but that wasn't going to deter me. I'll have it anyway. So I closed it up and paid and left. And just on the off chance, I was literally right out the door. Just on the off chance, I thought I'll just check inside, open it up, and then Animal Crossing didn't have a disc. I had looked inside, and I had checked, and I'd seen that it didn't have a memory card. So obviously, I hadn't sort of looked like literally a few centimetres higher to see where the disc was to notice it wasn't there. So maybe in the intervening time that I went to get the chewing gum, they'd taken the disc out. Don't know why they'd do that, but I doubt it. And he was an old man anyway, so. I doubt he's playing games, but so that was gutting. That was gutting. So I took it back, and he just literally gave me my £2 back straight away. But you know, without any problems, he wasn't sort of annoyed. You know, he wasn't going to kick up with us. I did say to him, "Sorry, I should have checked them. I didn't check them." But anyway, that was annoying. So I missed out on on yeah, a really good GameCube game that I haven't got as well. Really frustrating. It's a bit like Mario Kart DS a few weeks ago. My charity shop luck is a bit up and down at the moment, but on the positive side, I went out yesterday and did all right, and I'll show you what I got in the charity shop. I had a little tour. When I had a bit of time during the day, I did a little tour of around an area in my local town. I'd not been to my local town for a few weeks, so and that often, you know, if you don't sort of see it for a few weeks, sometimes that turns up something good. But I went into a charity shop, this sort of weird little cats protection charity shop. It's called the Scratching Post, and I did all right. PS1 games, £2 each. First game, Medieval 2. A game I don't have and a game I'm really pleased to have. They're out of order. Swap them over. Another game that I do have. So I'll have to find somewhere for this to go. Don't know whether it's a trader or a seller honour. Don't know. It's not a game. I'm almost obliged to get it because it's not a game that turns up on eBay too much. Maybe there'll be 1 or 2 copies, you know, at any one time. It's not too expensive, but it's just scarce or uncommon. Like Mr. Neckbreaker 88, I want to reclaim the meaning of the word rare. I refuse to say the word rare. So I'm only ever going to say scarce or uncommon. Although I'll probably make a mistake at one point. But anyway. So this is an uncommon PS1 game. It's called Kagero Deception 2. Sequel to Devil's Deception. I think it's not a prequel, but it's a precursor to Trapped on the PS2. It's an interesting game, but you're this girl who has to set up all these traps for all these people invading your castle. But there's more to the story than that. But it's a really interesting game, and it was just a bizarre thing to see in a charity shop, and it's in not bad nick. But I don't know whether these have come out of someone's loft or this person's a smoker. They're all a bit manky and dusty, and they all smell. But I don't know whether it's loft smell or smoke smell. But that's a really nice one to have. But the best one, because there was actually quite a lot of PS1 games on the shelf, so someone's obviously shipped in a load, not traded them, but donated them. But the best one, I sort of homed in on all the ones worth having. The best one, by quite a way, is Discworld, the original. This is the one that commands the most money on eBay. Slightly, maybe about 5 more than the others. The others are around about sort of 12, 15, maybe. I think this one's near 17, 18, maybe up to 20. But so that makes it now that I've got all 3 PS1 Discworld games, all from charity shops. So I'll never hear a bad word said about charity shops. I often hear people complaining about them, about the prices, and they never have anything. But I can't be the only one who finds stuff like this. So it's just a matter of being there to see it. But so yeah, that was a bit of a no-brainer. So that sort of redressed the balance of missing out on Animal Crossing. But that's pretty much it. Now I've got a package. I've not opened it up. I've had this since yesterday and I've been really itching to open it, but I've not done one of these package openings in a while, and I really wanted to. It's not a bad game. I don't know, no idea what the conditions are, obviously, because I haven't opened it. But no, I bought Broken Sword 2 on the PS1 a few weeks ago. Actually, probably about a month ago now, and it was a really good price. It was about $3.70 odd with free shipping. And I thought I'll have that. And it said it had been tested, and I got it home, and I put it in, and it didn't get beyond the menu screen, so that was really irritating. But give her her dues. The seller was really good, and she gave me a refund, a full refund plus the cost of the what I'd spent shipping it back to her. So I can't really criticise for it, and I gave her some feedback, sort of saying that obviously she should have tested it properly in the first place, but she'd only tested it as far as the menu screen. But anyway, so I had £5 something, £5.70 odd in my PayPal account. So So to me, that's almost already been spent. It's it's in this sort of purgatory, you know. So I thought I'd put it towards something because I wasn't going to put it back into my bank account. It's almost like getting a gift voucher from HMV or something. You know, you can only spend it one way, so it's pretty much already spent. So I thought I'd put it towards a slightly more expensive game that I really wanted, and this is it. And I'm going to really give this seller really good feedback because I have no idea what the game's like, but she used special delivery, and I don't think you'll be able to see that. She used special delivery, and it cost us £6.36. She only charged me £3. So that's the flip side. The flip side of people, sellers who try and claw back a bit of extra money from the postage is the people who go far and beyond what they're required to do. It almost makes me feel slightly guilty that she went this far, but obviously if she's prepared to, you know, I'm happy. But you know, she's definitely getting positive feedback. Unless the game's an absolute turkey or absolute lemon. So maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. But I've got a feeling it's good, Nick. It was on auction. I won it on auction. It was £8 with £3 postage, so £11 in total. Obviously I'd already spent £5.70, so I only had to spend another £5.60 odd more. And it's got a nice receipt in it. Oh, that is really nice. That's spot on actually. Darkstalkers. The case is absolutely spotless. A bit dirty, but manual's really nice as well. And the disc is about a 9 out of 10. So I've done well there. So that seller is definitely getting positive feedback. She's getting my 4 marks. You know. None of this slightly sort of abridged or whatever you call it, slightly edited positive feedback. She's getting proper positive feedback. Shit, I'm already over. My rat story has taken me over half an hour, so hopefully now everything's sort of calming down, all the decorating's done. It's just literally shifting out crappy old furniture and stuff. I should be able to make some slightly different videos, like some more gameplay videos, hopefully. But for now, it's just pickups videos when I can, you know, when you know, because they're the easiest to fit in here and there, aren't they? But either way, I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Thanks to people for watching, and what a lovely day! What a lovely day. I'm going to finish off my pop glass of piss. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you lot later.